Today's class deals with the insect legs. So, what are insect legs? The insect legs, there will be three pairs of legs. The insect legs are seen in the thoracic region of insects. The forelegs are located on the prothorax, the middle legs on mesothorax, and the hind legs on the metathorax. Each leg has 6 major components listed here, often proximal to distal end. Coxa is the region which is attached to the body of the insect. The first part is called coxa, the second one is trochanter, the third one is femur, fourth is tibia, next one is tarsus and the pretarsus. The femur and tibia may be modified with spines. The tarsus appears to be divided 1 to 5 segments called as pseudosegments, which are the pseudosegments and are called as tarsomeres. The term pretarsus refers to the terminal segment of the tarsus and any other structures attached to it. So, they are called ungers, a pair of claws, aurolium, a lobe or adhesive pad between the claws, embodium, a large bristle or lobe between the claws, pulvili, a pair of adhesive pads, mainly the flies, house flies. Like the mouth parts and antennae, insect legs are highly modified for different functions, depending upon the environment and lifestyle of an insect. The diagram clearly shows the first part is called as coxa, the second part is called trochanter, still longer part called femur and the next longer part called tibia. The tibia is having spines. The next one is tarsi or tarsus singular. The tarsi we can see the different pseudosegments, tarsomeres, and the tarsus claw also can be seen. So then we can see what are the modifications of legs in different insects according to its need and its function. First one is ambulatory legs. The legs which are used for walking is called ambulatory legs. And the saltatorial legs which are used for jumping, mainly the hind legs of grasshoppers and crickets which are used for jumping, raptorial legs for sneezing, fossorial legs for digging. In case of the mole crickets, the first pair of legs will be fossorial legs for digging the soil, the natatorial legs for insects which are living in water, so helpful for swimming, and cursorial type, the fast running insects like cockroach have a cursorial type of mouth legs. So the different types of legs is given in a tabular form, in leg modification, which insect is having it, what's the purpose and modification. The first one is cursorial type of legs. Here all the legs, 3 pairs of legs are cursorial type only. It is in cockroach, running legs. All types are normal, all legs are normal, forks are widely separated. Next one is the ambulatory legs. All the legs, then it is mostly seen in insect like glitter beetle, used for walking. All the legs uniformly well developed without much modification. Here there is no much modification. Then saltatorial legs. The hind legs of grasshopper, already we have seen the hind legs of the grasshopper, the femur and the tibia are modified. The femur is the enlarged one for leaping and jumping. Femur and tibia are elongated. And fossorial type is the front leg, the foreleg, which is modified for digging. In the case of mole, crickets and dung rollers, digging the soil or the dung. Tibia and tarsus of the foreleg, short and broad, teeth-like projection. So it will head for digging. Teeth-like projections will be the tibia and tarsus, and they are very short in nature. Then coming to the raptorial type of legs, the front legs of grasshopper, the praying mantis. The praying mantis, the front legs or the forelegs will be folded and is called as the raptorial legs, which is having spine-like structures for grasping the prey. That is, femur is spinous and possesses central longitudinal groove. tibia narrow, blade-like spinose and fits into groove of the femur so that the prey can be crushed. Then coming to the natatorial type, the hind legs are used, modified, used for swimming, mainly the water-dwelling insects like water beetle and water bug. Hind legs are pad-like, tibia and tarsus short and broad, having dense long marginal for hairs. So the hind legs will be used for swimming purpose. It is modified. Here, hind legs pad-like, tibia and tarsus short and broad, having dense long marginal hairs. You can see the diagram also. Then the sensorial type of legs, here all the legs are involved. This is mainly the head down. This is used for clinging in the hair of the host. Tibia possesses tibial thumb. So tibia is having a thumb-like structure which is hooked in nature. Tarsus and segmented and pretarsus with single long curved claw. So tibial thumb is there and the tarsus will be a curved claw will also be present. Used for clinging, mainly house down, head down. So prehensile, next one is the prehensile. All legs are together utilized here, mainly dragonflies. It is a basket type of arrangement. Catching the prey, all the legs will be used. While flying also the insect can catch the prey. The thoracic segment, here there is an arrangement of thoracic segment also. Thoracic segments obliquely arranged. The stergal plates are pulled backwards and sternal plates are pushed forward. So there is an arrangement like that, presenting that all the legs pushed forward and seen below the head, together with a basket-like structure useful for catching the prey whenever the dragonfly is flying. We can see that always the dragonflies are in flight. By flying also it can catch the flying insects with the type of basket-like legs, prehensile legs. Then next is the different type of legs in the case of honeybees. Honeybees, all the three pairs of legs are modified. The first one is antennal cleaning legs. The four legs, here honeybees, the four legs are modified for antennal cleaning purpose. Tibia possesses a mobile spine. The tibia is having a mobile spine and the first tarsal segment with a semicircular notch. With this first notch of the first tarsal segment and tibial spine, they will be cleaning the antennae. Then next coming to the wax pick type. The middle legs are modified for a wax pick type in the honeybees for picking wax plates. For building the nest they need wax, so they will be picking the wax from the abdomen. Tibia possesses a spine called wax pick for removing the wax plates from ventral side of the abdomen. The next hind wings, pollen basket and brush, pollen brush. These are the two modifications in the hind legs. Honeybees for collecting pollen and cleaning the body, hind legs. Inner surface of the large tibia, the tibia's inner surface is having a groove, and this groove is used for collecting pollen. So pollen will be collected temporarily in this pollen basket. It is also called as corbicula for temporary storage of pollen grains. First tarsal segment enlarged and possesses short, stiff hairs, pectins all over the surface called as a pollen brush. There will be pollen brush in the tarsal segment. First tarsal segment is modified, enlarged and have number of pollen brush. Then legs of some immature stages of insects we can see. The immature stage of exopterygotes. They will exopterygotes, how the immature stages we can see. The new consists of only thoracic legs similar to its adult, and as that of, in the case of the entomology, the larvae possess two different types of legs. But in exopterygotes, both the nymphs and adults are having only the normal type of thoracic legs. But in the case of entomology, the thoracic legs or the true legs are also seen as jointed, present with three thoracic segments. Apart from this, they have abdominal legs also, are called as fore-legs. They are unjointed sucker-like legs having flat, fleshy surface at its tip known as planta. Planta consists of hook-like structures known as coxae, which are used for clinging to substrate, mainly the lepidopteran insects, moths, butterflies and all. The number of fore-legs vary from 1 to 5 pairs, which are distributed on the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th and the 10th abdominal segment. Example is soft-eye larvae. Hymenopteran insect, of course, the soft-eye larvae has 6 to 8 pairs of abdominal fore-legs. In some insects, legs are degenerated. Example in coxae, endoparasitic hymenopteran. The legs are degenerated. Apoda. In some cases, legs will not be there. This is a lepidopteran caterpillar. That is caterpillar of a butterfly or a moth, where we can see the normal thoracic legs and the abdominal legs. The 3, 4, 5, 6 segments of the abdomen is having the fore-legs, and anal fore-legs are also seen, the last segment. Then coming to again the ambulatory legs, already we have seen ambulatory legs are used for walking. The structure is similar to cursorial legs, but in the case of cursorial legs, the coxa is somewhat enlarged. In the case of ambulatory legs are seen in leaf beetles and also in various bugs which are used for walking. Then saltatorial legs, the hind legs are adapted for jumping. Here we can see how the hind leg is in the grasshopper is modified. So the elongated femur and tibia, grasshoppers, crickets and katydids are having the saltatorial type of leg, hind leg. Then raptorial leg, here raptorial legs are fore-legs modified for grasping the prey. We can see the spine arrangement and how in the tibia and tarsus how they are modified for catching the prey by the raptorial type of leg. The next one is the fossorial type. Here also the fore-legs are modified. They are shortened, actually the segments are shortened together, and they are called fossorial legs and used for digging. In the case of ground-dwelling insects like mole crickets and the various dung rollers are also having such type of legs. Then the natatorial legs. The natatorial legs are modified for swimming. These legs have long setae on the tarsi. Then the aquatic beetle, which are the bugs which are in water, which used to the hind legs are modified into natatorial legs, which are swimming type of legs. Then the cursorial legs are modified for running. So the coxa is somewhat enlarged in many cases, like cockroaches, some ground beetles, tiger beetles, they used to run in the ground fast. The next is the cansorial type of, cansorial means climbing a clinging leg. And all the 3 pairs of legs in the case of house, in the head louse, the louse, they are modified for clinging to hairs. Tibia possesses the tibial thumb is there. The tarsus single segmented and pretarsus is a single long curved claw. So that is a modification of the cansorial type of legs. Cansorial are climbing or clinging type of legs in the head louse. Next one is the prehensile legs are dragonflies. Thoracic segments obliquely arranged, tergal plate are pulled backwards and sternal plate pushed forwards, resulting that all the legs are pushed forward near the head region and together form a basket-like structure and useful for catching prey even in its flight. When honeybees, all the 3 pairs of legs already has been said, all the 3 pairs are modified. The forehead we can see the antenna cleaning device. There's a spine in the antennae. The antenna is clear, the fore-leg, and there's a curved notch in the tarsal segment, the first tarsal segment, and the spine in the tibia. The next one, the middle leg also, there is a spine in the tibia, which is used for picking the back from the abdominal segments of the insect. And coming to the hind leg is here also the tibia is modified. The tibia is modified. The inner surface of the tibia is grooved, which can store temporarily used for storing the pollen grain. And the first tarsus, segment of the tarsus is enlarged, and it will have rows of brush-like structures, which is called a pollen brush for brushing the pollen. So this is the antennal photograph of antennal cleaner, where we can see the tibia is modified. The basal portion of the tibia is having a spine, and the initial portion of the basic tarsus is having a depression. These two work together for cleaning the antennae. So there will be antennae cleaning legs, the fore-legs are modified. Then we can see the hind legs here, different coxa, trochanter, femur, and tibia. Tibia, pollen basket can be seen in tibia, and the basic tarsus is having the pollen brush, the rows of brush arranged together for collecting the pollen. So it is pollen brush, and for storing the pollen temporarily is the pollen basket. The hind legs are modified. Here also we can see the first one is the first antennal cleaner. We can see the spur in the tibia, the spur is there, and in the case of basic tarsus, the curved region is there, in which hair-like structures are there, a comb is there. With the help of these two, the spur and the comb, the antenna cleaning will be taking place in the foreleg of honeybees. And this is the hind legs. The hind legs, both surface of the hind legs can be seen. In the tibia, there will be a depression or a groove is there, an inner surface of the leg, and in which the pollen is stored temporarily, called pollen basket. But in the outer side of the leg, the tarsus, the basic tarsus, the first section of the tarsus is enlarged, and is having the brush-like structures arranged one after the other, a comb-like structure, which is called as the pollen comb. There is also another structure which is formed by the tibia and the tarsus, the first segment of the tarsus, for raking the pollen and pressing the pollen. So pollen rake and pollen press. So these are the different structures behind legs of honeybee for combing, for pressing and temporarily storing the pollen grain.